Good morning, everyone. I'm super excited to have this chat today. We aren't doing our normal live for the month, so instead I have Greg Renkas from Neopat with us today. Greg, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so for those of you who don't know, Neopat is this amazing force of an organization that we have here in Northeast Ohio, or Northeast Ohio Patriots. And Becky and I have been running alongside them and supporting them and talking about them. But Greg and I, as I said in a meeting that we were at together that Greg was hosting not too long ago, Greg and I talk frequently and maybe almost to the point where it gets weird sometimes when we're helping veterans. So I invited him to come and meet all of you so that we can help support them in a larger manner. So Greg, welcome to our community, and I'm excited to have this conversation today. Tell us a little bit about you and Neopat, and we'll start there.
Sure. So I'm Greg Renkas. I'm the executive director of Neopat. I've been with the organization about 3.5 years now. The organization was founded in 2011, so that means we're going to be celebrating our 15-year anniversary next year. Since then, we've nearly given out nearly $5 million. We're almost at that cusp to just say $5 million since the founding of it to veterans, military, and their families. We serve 20 counties in Northeast Ohio, so from Sandusky to Ashtabula, down to Youngstown, and over to Canton Mansfield. That area represents about 300,000 military members, and then by extension, their families. The way that we help them is through 4 key areas. We have our emergency assistance program, which helps with basic needs. Anybody can apply, even people on behalf of the veterans or military. We have our Adopt a Military Family program for the holidays, which is within that too. We have a mental wellness pillar, and that's where we work with alternative therapies, group sessions, building, whether it's through outdoor recreational, art, music, or equine. We have a community engagement pillar, which is a catch-all because not all those 300,000 vets need that financial assistance or the mental wellness, but how can we engage them, thank them for their service, and show our patriotic support. We have volunteer opportunities. We have military family days. We just had one at the zoo this past Sunday. We have scholarships that we're going to be really ramping up for the next school year. And we work with employee resource groups at companies. Then our 4th pillar, most importantly, is our remembrance. That's where we work with close to our families. We honor loved ones that were lost in service, and they say to us the best way you can honor our son or daughters by helping those that came home. So we do everything we do is in honor of them, and that is the core of who Neopat is and what our mission is.
I love all of this, and this always gives me goosebumps when we get to talk about honoring all of the pieces, right? And I think when you and I have spoken in the past, the most intriguing part and how you and I have worked so effectively together is you guys are right in the face of the veteran. And Becky and I have worked really hard before we even knew you in connecting the organizations. And you guys are kind of that conductor of making sure everybody actually gets to the veteran. And I think that almost is the more important part. Not that anybody's work is more important than the other, but you guys really are right in front of the veteran and really connecting the pieces. And I think, when we get to come to your events, it is so impactful to see those families and see those veterans actually getting the resources that they want and need, when a lot of people think, well, it should be easy. They're everywhere. And it really is hard to see them struggle and not be able to really touch the resources.
Yeah, and that's part of our core mission too. We want to be the first stop for any military family, whether it's a veteran, somebody moving in from out of state, somebody just getting out of the service. But when we are talking with veterans and military, they might think that their situation is unique or individualized, and a lot of them try to handle it on themselves. But with the military, one thing that I've heard, and I'm not a veteran myself, so everything I've learned from others is that team dynamic leaves when they leave the service. And we don't have military base here besides the Coast Guard station. The closest one is Dayton, I think. And then how do we keep that team dynamic? And between your organization, ours, plenty of others that are founded by passionate people that want to help veterans. We can't do it all by ourselves, so we like to think we're part of a bigger support network, a bigger team. And by all means, like if somebody comes to us and we can't handle it, we'll refer them to somebody that can, or we'll utilize our funding appropriately, where maybe somebody has an actual real asset of furniture that we can, direct them to instead of us going out and buying furniture. And so it is a team effort. It's a symbiotic relationship that we're all put together. We want military families, veterans to understand.
Yeah, I think you and I might be some of the most connected people in Northeast Ohio. All right, so let's talk about a couple of these actual items that Neopat is doing. So one of the most recent ones we've done is a lunch and learn that you guys hosted. I love this topic, and it's very passionate to me professionally, but also with our veteran community, which is putting our veterans and keeping our veterans at work. And I think that this is a great topic to talk about. People can come to you, both employers, ERGs, or veterans that are looking to get back to work. This is a new initiative that you guys have where you're helping veterans really re-merge themselves back into the workforce. So you want to take a few minutes and talk about maybe some of the employers that are making an effort to put veterans to work in Northeast Ohio.
Sure. So this is something that we responded to the needs of our donors, from our corporate donors. We said, we have so many open positions, especially around the manufacturing industry, and they said we know veterans come with intrinsic skills, whether it's leadership, team atmosphere, dedication, knowledge, whether they were working on tanks and now they can easily transition to a career in mechanical engineering. So we took that, and we call them ERGs, employee resource groups. A lot of them have different unique names, whether depending on what organization they're with. But some of them have been doing it for 10 years, and they got 200 plus veterans in the organization. Some have been doing it, since December, and they're a Fortune 500 company. But those veterans that were tasked in the organization, they're casting to the wind. So how do we make it easy for them so they're not reinventing the wheel? So it's about sharing best practices. Many hands make light work, and we're all working together for that. What we hear a lot is veterans come back and they'll just take the first job they can get where they're underemployed. They have plenty of skills. How can we transition that verbiage from the military service to maybe an HR manager who's unfamiliar with that? And so there's different people. Swagelock's a great example. They have a dedicated staff member who does that. He translates those skills. Other great organizations, Key Bank, First Energy. We work with about 50 of them right now, ranging from ones that have been doing it for 10 years, ones that just started, but they have 500 people in their organization, to just a business owner or an HR person that is interested in learning more, because a lot of what we're teaching to attract veterans, to retain them, to engage with them, it's very transferable. And even if you're a supporter of the military, you have the patriotic spirit, and you want to help veterans, their military spouses, it's a great learning experience. And you learn from others. That's the easy way to do it.
Yeah, that was so impactful. And I think if you are a veteran employer or a veteran friendly organization following Neopat, we'll give you a chance. We'll give you all that information. But that was an extremely knowledgeable session. It was a great networking opportunity and just a small sliver of the things that you do. I want to give you a chance to talk about the third estimate. That was a really impactful just session that she did, and they're giving away a veteran roof again. So you want to talk a little bit about how people can help if you have a veteran in need of a home makeover or a roof?
Sure. So thanks for bringing that up. Third Estimate has been a key supporter of ours, and a lot of companies, what they do is they have a lot of assets or in-kind donations they can make with their products and services. So they come to us and they say, we just need a veteran to support. And the Third Estimate is a great example of that. They have over the last few years been doing a promotion throughout the summer, and they give away a roof to a veteran. So we have an application process. It's still open. It'll be open till the end of July 7th. So hopefully we get some nice days out where you can go out and take a picture of your roof, but it's about telling your story. You can even nominate someone that might need a roof. It's on our website. It's on the Third Estimates website. It's called the Think Third Patriot Project. Pretty easy application process. So I would encourage anyone to apply. And also, that familiarizes who you are with us, and we become aware of your situation, your story, and there's plenty of other opportunities. I mean, we've met so many people through a project like this where it's two military spouses, and the Browns will turn around and say, "Hey, we need military spouses to come to the game for a suite and then go on a trip." And so it is helpful just for us to understand what you're doing. But then again, the Third Estimate, great partner. You should check out their social media. They have the stories from last year's project on it, and we're very grateful for their partnership.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. You've kind of brought it up a couple times now. This community aspect, whether it be because you're newly discharged and you're looking for community, or because you've applied for something and now we know now that you exist in the community and we're aware that you're there, or you need additional support. We have created such a community as well here at Ohio Western Reserve Ladies, and of our families that exist, or you're a volunteer, right? It's how we found and connected you with Dylan's Place, which is a newer 501c3 that's existing and doing some great things. I think that community aspect becomes so relevant. A lot of times you don't need anything tangible. You need this intangible piece that seems so far away, but in fact we're right here today. We're not even in the same room, but that community does exist, and we are nothing more than a form or a phone call away, and we will put you in a community. Our reach is incredibly bigger than we ever thought it would be. I think Neopat's is as well. We had a dream that it would be this thing, but that community is actually the impactful thing that we do. We just do it through all of these other little tiny pieces.
Yeah. And I think real quick that the community aspect, it's in our region, it's not a physical. What we're doing is working together. We had that military family day at the zoo, and I spoke with a veteran spouse. She said, "This is the first thing my husband's been to military-wise since his service in the first Gulf War." And it's like just becoming a part of what that is. It's it was very impactful to hear her story. So.
Yeah, I'm not speechless very often, but usually when somebody that I've never met before that's been a quiet member of our organization for a long time comes up and says something like that to me, I usually don't have very many words. And usually one of my board members is like, is she speechless? And I'm like, all right, that's it, or I'm going to cry. So y'all better just walk away from me right now. All right, so let's talk about a couple of other things. You've had a really cool thing happen at the MEP Center. So I want to give you a chance to talk about this. Maybe somebody listening today has an active member in our military, or maybe even let's start with, what is the MEP Center? Because some people may not even know what that is. So can you give us a little insight on something new?
So the MEP Center is the Military Entrance Processing Station. It's right by the airport over on Brayton Road. So that's government and federally run, but they do have a room there, and it used to be run by the USO, but they left that, and they're running things from Columbus now. So we had an opportunity to step in and create a support hub. And what it is, so when new recruits are processed or reservists are processed through, they tend to have to wait there for like 8 hours a day, and it's just sitting in a chair, bored out of their minds. They can only do so much. So it's kind of a rec room where we have board games, we have video games, we have volunteers that provide them with snacks, water, and we kind of, help them along by introducing who Neopat is, to let them know we will be here from the start of your journey through, a continuum of engagement through your whole military career. And not just you, but your family that's here too, whether it's a spouse, whether you have kids that could be eligible for military child scholarships. So it's sometimes it gets crazy. Tuesdays gets nuts. It's like wall-to-wall people, but everybody's having a good time. And one of our volunteers, she's a veteran, a Marine at Workplace Technology. She said, "My nephew is going to be, maybe I'm Surprise! I don't think he's watching this, but can I volunteer the day he gets through? So uh, it's a unique opportunity. One thing that would help us is the cost. Just supplying things with basic stuff, water, snacks, some ancillary things. Even some of it will go into our emergency assistance needs because maybe while this person is serving, their family needs some help too. But any contribution to our annual fund um, project will help with this extra cost that we're taking on. And we'll have thousands of recruits going through. We're going to be collecting their names and their email addresses so we can engage with them when they get back and through their time of service. We want them to know that Northeast Ohio is a place where they can call home after they serve.
I love this. Okay. What other events do you have coming up? And then I'll give you a chance to tell everybody where they can make their donations and how they can help going forward.
Sure. So we have a few coming up. WQMX, the radio station in Akron, they're a huge supporter of ours. We're their selected charity. They're doing a Guardians game on Tuesday, August 26th. It's on our website. I'm pretty sure I got that. And it'll be in one of those top level things, maybe right field or left field. I think it's the right field area. It's $55. It's a fundraiser, but it's all you can eat. So what a great time.
Great.
Yeah, then we have our golf outing. We do have some bowl sponsorships still available for that. Check out our website if you'd like to support. It's a great way for supporting that annual fund contribution. We have a unique event that's in the works, so stay tuned. We're working with a partner called Frontlines to Fields. We're planning on doing a bowl-a-thon type of, it's called Battle of the Badges. So they're a nonprofit that works with first responders, police, firefighters, and veterans. We're a veteran and military organization. They'll be at Corner Alley on the afternoon of Saturday, September 13th. And it should be a really fun time. Plus, anybody that participates will get tickets to the Guardians game that day because the founder is Jason Stanford. He's the former pitcher for the Cleveland Indians.
That's right.
And then a big thing that we got coming up is our Clays and Clams event. It's a trap shooting event at Hillendale. And we have about 150 people come. There's foursomes, and I think there's 40 different stands that you shoot clay pigeons at. That'll be Wednesday, October 15th. Unique thing about this is we invite some veterans from VA who are passionate. They go out shooting. They're from the spinal injury division. So they come out and they're all hanging out. It's a great day, especially in the fall. Hillendale is such a nice place with all the fall leaves come in, and hopefully we get another nice warm day in October and really celebrate those that served and have some fun with a clam bake.
I love that. All right. So and by the way, if you attend a Neopat event, they're amazing. They are no stops. It's always a beautiful event. In addition to getting to see some of our veterans and be shoulder to shoulder. So I always highly recommend those. And just I cannot say enough about being at a Neopat event. They kind of put us to shame. So we want to be like Neopat when we grow up. Okay, so tell everybody where they can find you or the best place to connect with you beyond your website, which is neopat.org. Just like us, when you go to find us, we are not .com, we are OhioWestReserveLadies.org. So social media, where is the best place for people to connect and to make a donation?
Sure. So if you do visit neopat.org, we're on Instagram, Facebook. We have a YouTube channel with lots of videos from our history. We have a LinkedIn and Twitter account too. So all the social media is covered. All of those are linked at the very bottom of the page on neopat.org. But if you don't want to go all the way to the bottom of the page, you can stay at the top and click that big red donate button. And then you can support us through that. But any channel is great to follow us on, the annual fund contributions. And if you're looking to support us in a bigger way, my contact information is on the website. It's all over all our communications too. You can reach out to us. And make sure you check out our news page on the website too. It shows you some of the latest activities we've been up to, not just this last month, but through the last few years, to give you a better understanding about who we are, what we do.
Neopat is also on our resources page as well. So you can always go into our resource page and they're somewhere near the top. We favor them just a touch. Greg, thank you so much. We really appreciate your partnership with us and all of the good information that you've helped as we have gotten our footing, and for all the work that you do with our veterans. We kind of lean towards, we favor them just a touch around here. So we always appreciate people who see eye to eye with us.
Well, thank you again. It's been tremendous working with you in partnerships. Looking forward to what we're doing over the next few years and beyond in the future.
All right, everybody. We hope you have a safe 4th of July, and we will see everybody next time.
All right.